Hi Parklands, it's Miss Hattersley and I would like to tell you all about our Link School in Zimbabwe. Parklands Primary and First Burley Brownies have been friends of Katiyo Sacred Heart Primary School in Zimbabwe for many years. The children exchange letters and work, and the children in England raise money for the school at Katiyo by holding bake-offs, raffles, coffee mornings, making things to sell and running the bookmark project. Zimbabwe is a large country in Africa. It's the one, if you look down at the bottom, it's the one that's coloured kind of a pinky colour. And it's in the southern hemisphere, so it's below the equator. So that red dotted line there is the equator, which makes Zimbabwe in the southern hemisphere. Katiyo School has over 400 children aged from 3 or 4 years old up to 14 years old. Katiyo School is in the countryside and it is a long way from the nearest city, which is Mutare. You can spot Mutare on the map here. It's right over on the right-hand side of Zimbabwe. The children all walk to school, some of them walking over 7 kilometres each way. And because the school is on the border, some children even come across the river from another country. And that other country, if you can spot it over here on the right, is Mozambique. Share a little short video of some of the children at Katiyo from when I visited in 2017.
Welcome, 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 visitors, welcome, 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 visitors, welcome, welcome, visitors, we are glad, we are glad to see you. We are glad, we are glad, we are glad to see you. Welcome, 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 visitors, welcome, 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 visitors. We are glad, we are glad to see you. We are glad, we are glad, we are glad to see you. Glad to see you. Glad to see you.
So because the school is in the countryside, many of the children come from farming families and almost everyone will grow some of their own crops to feed their families. And in this picture, you can see tea crops being grown. So the tea that you drink with milk is grown from the tea plant, and these are tea fields. Many of the lessons the children do will look like the ones that you do at school, but I bet you don't look after chickens or banana plants in any of your lessons. That's because the children at Katiyo also have lessons in farming. This is a traditional house in the area around Katiyo Primary School. The children like to do a lot of the things that you like to do, like playing football, doing sports, or spending time with their friends. This is Katiyo Primary School. They've got separate classes, so they don't have corridors like we do, and they don't have a hall like we do. So their assemblies they have outside because their weather is very different from ours. It's a lot drier and a lot warmer. So today when I'm recording this, it's snowing here in England, so it wouldn't be a good day to have our assembly outside. Here's a maths lesson, fractions. I was lucky enough to watch one of their maths lessons and I recognised a lot of what they were doing. It was very similar to a year 6 maths lesson. So with your family, we would like you to write a letter to send out to the children at Katiyo, and we will post them all off for you, and we very much hope that they will write some letters back to you. The post is quite slow, so it might take a while for the letters to get there, and it might take a while for them to get back, but they usually always write back to us. These are some of the children with some of the books that I took with me when I went to visit in 2017. As you can see, football is really popular, just as it is with a lot of the children at Parklands. They're performing a play here for us when we went to visit. This was me, I think, in 2015. So your letters. We would love you to write a letter to the children at Katiyo Primary School. You might want to pause this bit of the video so you can see the sorts of things we'd like you to include in your letter. So we would like you to tell them about you and your family. Tell them about some of the things that you like to do. What are your hobbies? How do you spend your free time? Tell them about where you live and the places you like to visit. So what's it like living in Seacroft? What's it like living in Leeds? Tell them about your favourite things. So do you have a favourite football team? Do you have a favourite thing to do at school? Do you have a favourite time of the year or a favourite British animal? Tell them all of those things. Then ask them some questions about themselves. What would you like to know about them? You might ask them who is in their family. You might ask them what do they like to do when they're not at school. You might like to ask them about their school and about what their favourite subjects are, what their teachers are like. You might like to ask them what it's like where they live. What's it like at Katiyo? What sort of animals do they see? What sort of places do they go? We would like you to return your letters to school. So make sure that you sign them, because remember, you don't need to worry about putting your home address on them because we will get them sent back to you at school. So everything that you normally put in a letter, but you don't need to worry about your address. But you do need to return them to school by the 8th of March. We will post them off for you to Zimbabwe, but please make sure that your letter has your full name, so your first name and your last name, and the name of your class, so that when we get any letters that come back to Parklands, we know who we need to give them to. So I'm really excited to start gathering your letters. And if you've got any questions about anything about Katiyo and the things we do with Katiyo Primary School, I'm more than happy to answer those. You can find me on Twitter, or you could email me via the work@parklandsleeds.org.uk email address. And I'm waiting eagerly for your letters. Thanks for listening.